We had good practice today. I just shared with the team at the end that there was a lot of enthusiasm. Body language was good. Defensively, we were doing a better job of running to the football in our team periods. Offensively, we've taken care of the ball, and guys have been in the right spot for the most time, for the most of practice. So we just have to continue with our enthusiasm level, and guys' attitudes have really been good. We're getting a lot accomplished.
You said last week that today was practice 8, that from 9 on you expect to start seeing some separation at quarterback. Do you still?
I think so. I'm seeing each player develop some. We're running some drills at the end of practice to kind of put guys in game situations, and each quarterback gets a chance. And I'm seeing them make plays. Wes Lunt's starting to make a few plays now, is getting acclimated to the system. So, our goal would be to name a quarterback at the end of spring. If it happened before that, we would certainly do it. But that's still our goal, is to go into the summer with a starting quarterback.
So through 8 practices, though, is Wes Lunt as a freshman? Is he still in the conversation?
Yes.
Do you have to grade him on a curve, just simply because you almost have to project what you think he'll look like in August, because he's behind?
Well, I think you have to in certain areas mentally. Physically, he won't perform as well as what you would think he would, because everything starts up here, and then you get a little slower if you have to think a lot. For where he's at in being a high school player, still should be in spring and high school, he's done a really nice job, and he's made some good strides. It takes him about 3 practices to show the improvement of what a veteran guy would show in 1.
If you were grading the criteria, or if you were listing the criteria for the quarterback position, where is not turning the ball over? What criteria is that?
Well, I think that falls in the leadership and ability to be productive category. And each guy brings something different to the table, but ultimately somebody has to earn the respect of the team and become the leader on that side of the ball. And we're fortunate with Jeremy and Joe Randall and Isaiah and Tracy and those guys. But for the most part, your quarterback is your leader. And so he has to be very productive, but he also has to lead by example. And part of that's taking care of the football.
So you remember like 3 or 4 years ago, you would have down in the corner your defensive tackles get together for a drill, and you'd have like 3 legitimate tackles. You got like 7 now. Do you in fact view those guys as having like 7 legitimate tackles now? That kind of depth finally on the interior.
Well, we hope that we can get to 1.5, which means 6. But if we get another guy that pops up, and it can only be better. We have more depth now in the spring on defense than we've ever had here. I can't remember, even going back when Coach Miles is here, we've not had as many athletic guys that should contribute in some form, whether it's 10, 12, 15, 25 plays a game on defense.
Are you as excited about the defense as you were, a week ago?
No question. I'm really excited about our team, and everybody goes through withdrawals when you lose players like we've lost. But I'm excited about the development of a new quarterback or quarterbacks. I'm excited about seeing the leadership of the guys that have to carry things on for the most part. And so, it's just fun to be out here in spring and be on the field with them.
Any of the younger, maybe the redshirt freshmen, true sophomores, guys like that caught your eye recently?
Oh, I think that Ryan Simmons makes some plays. Catlin makes some plays. Massillera's making a few plays. Torrance Carr's making some plays. Glidden's making some plays. And we have a number of linemen that show up. It's just not as obvious because they don't get the ball in their hands. But we have good young players in our program.
Like when you lose a guy like Weeden and you turn it over to a young guy, is it more excitement to see the potential of this guy, or is there more nervousness to hope this guy doesn't screw up somewhere?
Oh, I don't think there's any question. Anybody that loves Oklahoma State football is nervous when you lose a veteran player like Weeden, who is, a first-round talent. So, but there's excitement as a coach. And I said this, that Todd Monken said in the NFL, when you draft a good quarterback and you come out of the first mini camp or preseason camp and he's really good, you're fired up because you know you got him for 8 or 10 years. Well, in college, it doesn't happen that way. We get guys maybe for 3, usually 2, because of the development they go through. But you have to bring a new guy in, so it's just all part of it. But I don't think anybody would say if we could have Brandon Weeden back for another year, we wouldn't take him.
Got players over here.
Good.
You guys ready?
As far as the receiving core, what do you see about these guys? Obviously, you lose Blackmon as well. You don't just lose Weeden. What do you see in these guys that you like so far?
Well, we got some numbers. You know, Isaiah's played, and Tracy Moore's made a lot of plays for us. We've got Torrance Carr and Glidden that are young guys. Blake Jackson's coming in as a new guy that's got a good body. And we have Josh Stewart that's been around. So we've got a number of guys that can contribute and help us. You know, it's just a matter of getting them out there and kind of getting them going. And they'll always play better than they're supposed to because they have to. It's their turn.
It's kind of funny that the running backs were so young last year. Now they're kind of the guys that you lean on if there's a problem anywhere else.
Well, Jeremy and Joe have had a really good spring. Both of them have practiced hard, and their attitude's been great. They're in the right spot. They're very reliable. You know, that's a nice tandem in the backfield. Those guys are really good college football players.